Welcome to another show, y'all. We are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome to another show. Welcome to a Vibes Community Burn Live collaboration where, you know what? It's 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 kind of hard for me to do my little intro jokes because last night I did an intro because I had Nitro and Doc Owner. Nitro was my first engineer that introduced me to the DC. I mean the PC. I said DC PC, and so I was like, "Hey, I'd be a nice little commentator." You know what I'm saying? I was like, um, basically just making. I was making fun and play a game, but I was like, "Yeah, um, Doc been playing since 1992. The first Sega Genesis played in his mama's womb. It was him.
This they say the Genesis. But before you go into that, can I just tell my story? What I was watching before I came here. So I was on Facebook and now they show the reels. So they show a reel of the New York carriage, horse and carriage riders, the horses that drive you around the city and around Central Park.
Yeah.
This horse was just going down the city block, full speed. I don't know if I don't believe he had anybody in the carriage, but he was just running. And people screaming, "Stop the horse, stop him, blah blah blah." Now that's my issue with animals. You don't know when these animals are depressed. You don't know when they sick of their job. You don't know when they had enough. And because of that reason, that's exactly why I would never get on a donkey down into the Grand Canyon. I've been into to the Grand Canyon maybe 5, 6 times. I would never take a donkey down into the canyon because of that exact reason. We don't know when these animals are depressed. We don't know when they had enough with their job, like us humans. So my feeling is, I'll get that donkey that'll say, you know what, I'm sick of taking people down into this damn canyon. I feel this lady spirit. This lady spirit is telling me, you know what, be free, live the life you want to live, do what you want to do, and that donkey will jump right into the canyon with me. So for that reason, I would never, I would never do that. I would never ride an elephant because I'll get the elephant will feel my spirit and say, you know what? She knows I'm not happy. She know what I want to free myself, and that elephant will do a flop right with me on top. Yeah. So all of those like your cousin where she went and she was petting the animals and stuff in the country. She was walked up to the lions and stuff and she was petting them. Remember? I could never. Remember the lady that got mauled on live TV? Remember her?
Uh-huh.
Because she walked up and she pet the lion or whatever
Uh-huh.
or whatever it was. Was it a gorilla? I think it was a gorilla. And the gorilla mauled her and well didn't kill her but like practically ripped her face off. She had to get
Yeah,
breathing.
gave her a welcome.
And then let's go to the two lion tamers in Vegas. Remember back in the day, they used to have
Yeah.
those show lions and whatever. And one of them got mauled, even though they had them tigers for years, 10 to 15 years. One particular day, their normal, normal practice, normal rehearsal. They walked in, and one of the lions just snapped and attacked them. Remember, mauled them, and he was never the same after that. And that's what I'm saying. We don't know how these animals are feeling. We don't know if these animals are sick of being in the zoo or listen. I have a childhood memory. I went to the zoo near Coney Island in Brooklyn. Okay, I was a camp counselor. We took the kids to the zoo. For some reason, you know how the walruses are in the water, and you go and you look. For some reason, something made that walrus pop up out of the water and spit directly in my face. True story. I was flabbergasted. I wanted
It
to die.
sounds like it.
Like I'm,
And
I'm, an animal, I'm like the animal whisperer, but is the depressed animal whisperer?
Not the whisper is over. I
The
done had
depressed
enough.
animal whisperer.
That
I mean,
that I done had enough whisper.
the depressed animal whisperer. That them animals that's sick of doing their job. Like I know if I ever met Snow, he'd be like this nigga. Oh, can I say that word? Oh, oh, can I say that word? I can't say that word.
Yeah, freedom
Snow
of
be like
speech.
this nigga. Hey Snow. He be like this nigga. He don't be doing nothing. He don't be petting me and stuff. He be on that goddamn computer. I just be wanting to lift my leg and take a piss on it. Yeah, please. I'm the animal whisperer.
Oh,
I can read
that's
all
what
the all the all
that's
the
how you can
emotions and
feel.
the feelings of all the pets and animals. So yeah, Snow like yeah, you need to pay me more attention.
Man, before I throw him off of me in the morning when he wakes me up, I pet, scratch, rub, hug, and thug.
Okay. Hello, at Tuck 15. Are we greeting people or no?
Um, I post when people say hello and nicest. I do post it. You know what I'm saying? Give them the
Okay.
benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
you
but
know, comments can be comments, so I don't try to get too deep unless they really fully on topic.
okay. Well, I just had to get that out how I feel like I'm the depressed animal whisperer. Yeah. So that's the only
Yeah,
reason why I wouldn't ride like a camel. I wouldn't get on a camel in Dubai, which is probably the most amazing thing you can do. Nah, I get that camel that's sick of doing what he do. So no,
but I feel like if you to whisper, like they would tell you, like
no,
hey,
they feel it. They feel my spirit, and my spirit would tell anybody who's on a job that they don't want to be on that job. Yo, just leave. You ain't gotta be. You don't gotta carry these people around Central Park in this buggy. You can be off running in the fields before they take you to the glue factory. You don't need to be pulling these tourists around because they want to feel nostalgic. Cause I'm in New York, I'm in a horse and buggy. You ain't gotta do
well,
that. You know.
my God, but it's the it's the end for me. Like I done had enough.
Yeah, I
You
had enough
know,
of the
all of
job.
a sudden, all of a sudden she came along. You know what? Let me reach out and let her know how I truly felt. Nobody else was listening.
Yeah, and
Nobody else was paying attention to me.
they'll get from me, you know what? Live your life. Do what you gotta do. Can nobody make you carry these people down into the Grand Canyon? You done with life, you done with this life, do what you gotta do. And they jump right off. And I'm on it like, wow. Yeah.
See, I would feel like if you're gonna be that, you got to be a little Doctor Doolittle too. So got to be able to. She like
Yeah.
nah,
I
like
don't know.
reality. Once they over, it's okay, okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
We
See me if I saw that horse running down the block and they people saying, stop it. I'll be like, go, horse, go. Be free.
so you probably was liking that movie Free Willy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, animals shouldn't be in was it captivity when they don't should have to
Captivity.
be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't he just swim around the ocean and be happy? Why he got to be in somebody? And remember that killer whale that just killed that woman at SeaWorld? Remember? She was
Flea
training with
biscuit.
yeah, she was training with that whale forever. All of a sudden something made him grab her and pull her underwater and keep her under there. Like it's supposed to toss her up in the air. Instead, it grabbed her and kept her under the water.
Man,
And
yeah, I ain't
nobody
gonna.
asked why.
Yeah, I
In
do
front
remember that.
of an audience of people. And they're like, oh my God, oh my God. Stop acting like you can really train these animals. I know this is not the topic of the show today, But stop feeling like we can truly train these animals to do whatever we want whenever we say. And then when they act out of pocket or do what they're not trained to do, circus, you want to hit them with a whip or, you know, send them to the glue factory.
Is that really what it's called?
Yeah, they send them to the glue factory. How you think glue is made? Yeah, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just learned something if you didn't know.
How do you don't know? They always talking about sending them to the glue factory.
Women, Miss Brooklyn, I don't go to the zoo and see animals get put down like, excuse me,
They don't do
where's
that at
little
the zoo. They ship them away.
where's little Timmy? Where's little Timmy finna go? It's Christmas time.
Watch me.
You know,
I'm gonna ask Google. Do horses go to the glue factory when they're ready to die?
now it's
It says. Oh wait. Oh okay. It says no. Horses aren't sent to the glue factory alive. Yeah, they sent them after they die. That's an old saying
I
for
mean,
unwanted.
I'm gonna say they ain't make it no better. We don't send them alive; they already gone, so we can just chop
Yeah,
them up.
but it said that's an old saying for unwanted horses that actually end up in slaughterhouses for meat, dog food, sorry, Snow, or other products with their skin, bones, and connective tissues containing
That's why
polyps.
my dog.
I
That's why
don't
my
know.
dog like big horses. I mean, I said big horses, big dogs.
But it says, but cows and pigs are a source for modern glues. Cows and pigs go to the slaughterhouse to make glue, which are mostly synthetic anyway. Bite-sized vegan. The phrase glue factory was a another word for slaughter, often for foreign markets rather than literal destination for glue production. Oh, mostly horses, especially race horses, are sent to slaughterhouses, primarily for horse meat market in other countries. Okay, I'm getting sick.
What's that horse? Dang, what's that
Oh wait,
fucking?
they serve horses to greyhounds and food for zoo animals. They zoo animals and greyhounds eat horse meat.
Interesting.
Horse parts can be used for glue, but mostly it's cows and pigs.
Yeah, you got to get off this glue thing. Everything is not sticking to horses, okay? Everything is not sticking to these horses. These horses are galloping. They is galloping.
Mm-mm. All right, well that horse said enough, and he was running through Manhattan like, yeah, I'm out. I'm tired of carrying these tourists around or pulling them around
Riding on them hard streets. Riding on them hard streets got to be very, very
on their feet, on
annoying.
their hooves. That's
Definitely.
it, like the hooves. That can't be
Uh
okay.
huh.
See, that makes me want to visit there's a Black Cowboys Association here in Brooklyn. And when I go to work, I
Uh
have to
huh.
pass where you see the horses in the stable. One day, it makes me want to pull in there because they also provide therapy. Like if you need like part of your therapy is like riding horses and being around horses. Yeah.
Uh huh.
So one day maybe I should drive in there and go, "Hello, can I see one of your horses?" And they probably be like, "What for?" I just want to talk to him. They'd be like, oh, "Okay, did you like? Do you ever know from your doctor that you need therapy? Do you need to
You
know?"
know what? They can't even come to you like that in nowadays. They can't. You want to talk to horses? You believe you one of them? Come on, they gotta accept you. That's discrimination.
So first, they
They
gotta make
say
me crazy because they can't let crazy people around.
no, they don't. That's discrimination. Oh no, they do not. Once they check to see that if you crazy or not, you can say discrimination. You only doing that because of my skin color, And hey, you know how they go. Oh,
Wait, that's the Black Cowboys Association. I'm black. How are they discriminating against me? And
because
that's the Black Cowboys Association.
yet again, because they discriminate. You use that when they don't let you see the horse because you going to explain to you. I want to only talk to the horses that I feel like are at the end, and especially when you come to them like, hey,
You all
stall
right?
number 11, stall number 11. This is last day. They're gonna look at you. Oh Lord,
Like, yo, you good? Are you good? And
what
they'll
did
go,
this? What did this lady say to me about
that's
my
what the
horse?
horses say. They go like this. That's how a horse talks.
Lady, get away from my horse number 11. That is my pride and joy.
It's from Pakistan.
All the good horses from over there.
Oh, you missed the baby goat. You missed that day. Were you there? Yeah, you were there for the baby goat when he sold the baby goat. I'm
Hold
sorry.
on.
Back to the topic.
Hold on. About it, since you said, did you clip the word where he was
No, he
when he
didn't really
first grabbed
like that. He was just like, you know how you
bro,
take a baby and you grab their cheeks and go like this. Oh, baby. That's what he was doing. He wasn't choking it.
boy, he grabbed him by his Adam's apple.
I don't listen. We don't tell you what to do with Snow. You don't tell him what to do with his goat.
Man, you'll see me grabbing snow by his Adam's
I don't know
apple.
what you do when the camera's off. You could be, Snow
I'm
could be
not
like,
grabbing
Snow could
snow
be
by his.
looking in the camera right now, going,
You know what? Snow went up on his favorite little spot. I just fed him some nice chicken before I came on her, so he wouldn't bother me.
doggy
Boneless,
chicken,
boneless chicken.
doggy chicken. You feed him human food.
I feed him chicken from my job, boneless.
You feed Snow chicken nuggets.
Yeah,
No,
yes.
he's supposed to be eating dog food.
He eat dog food, but my dog food has chicken bites in it, and then his treats are chicken. So why he can't eat chicken from my job?
You gonna give Snow high blood pressure and diabetes.
Nah, he don't eat. He don't eat no other type meat. He don't eat hamburger meat. He
Okay,
don't
but the
eat
chicken is the chicken fried or
the snack chick, the snicker from my job. Yeah, that's fried.
fried in deep oil grease.
Yeah,
Get that
but
baby. Get that baby
you act
go
like
to Fresh Pet. Get him a bag of Fresh Pet, please.
you act like he getting it fresh dipped up out of the grease.
I don't know.
Nah, no. When he get it for one, I get his food 30 minutes before I leave. So
Yeah,
that's for
I
one.
was
That's
thinking some chicken and a salad for dinner. Now I ain't sure.
oh Lord, you gonna think about Snow. Snow could be eating this.
Feeding him greasy chicken nuggets.
Dog. I walk my dog 30 minutes before I come home. When I get home, I still gotta walk him for another 20 minutes.
What they gotta do with
So
him? Get him chicken nuggets.
because it's not fresh out the grease. It done
Okay.
sat there, the grease done dripped up off of it. It done cooled down. I gotta reheat it back up.
Oh, you warm his food?
The chicken,
Yeah.
yeah.
Snow is a luxury dog. He gets food warmed up and everything.
He get ice in his water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We were talking about that with Tanae. I think it was today. Because she was saying her dog likes to drink out the toilet. And we said that dog likes cold water. You got to put some ice cubes in her water. She maybe probably wants a cooler water, you know?
Yeah. Warm temperature be cool, be alright,
Or maybe
but
even force it cold is not sometimes not cold enough.
yeah. I one of my exes was doing that to him, and I noticed that he was drinking more and wasn't acting like the last thing that he do is drink some water. So I was
Mm.
like, okay. Every time you get some fresh boys, you get a thing, you get some ice cubes.
Especially in this, and when it's hot, hot where you are. Damn.
Definitely with his hot Robert. But boy gotta get the cubes.
Okay. Wait.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Wait. Look.
Right on cue. Right on cue. Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. through 9. You really got to go check us out. If not, this is what you are missing.
Hey friends, it's your girl Brooklyn. Where's the vibe? The vibe is live. 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 a.m. Pacific. We have jokes, laughs, a good time. So come by and check us out. It's myself, the cookie, and Capiche. Come on by, check us out for a good time on the Vibes Live. I will see you there.
That's us.
That dude down there waving his hand, boy. He looked like he was like, whoop that shit.
Mm-mm. Terrible.
So your intro to this is must be unique because I
Yeah.
cannot rep it. I can't even the format of how I put it together because I had to sit there and think like how did I do it? Okay, I put three different ideas. Ooh, okay, I can't
Oh,
do it again.
damn.
I'm like this. I tried. I That's why I fell asleep. I was like, you know what? Fell asleep. But ladies and gentlemen, on TikTok, I'm telling you, it goes down. There's no telling what type of conversation pops up. Ain't no telling who stopped through. Stranger danger, danger strangers, however you want to pronounce it. But we did have a good conversation the other day about comic books, and a question was brought up about a character that a lot of people got introduced to, was a very good character, did very good in the box office, and then unfortunate things happened to this character realistically, and it pushed back the movie format because yet again, every comic book character gets three movie trilogies. It's been forever with this guy's trilogy. Yet again, understandable death in the family. Black Panther, ladies and gentlemen, and what sparked it up was that a lot of people didn't know that Black Panthers came along in the Fantastic Four, comic book Fantastic Four was the first Marvel family, was the first
60s.
was produced in the 60s. And what's amazing is like 52 issues along came this black character named Black Panther, and a lot of people probably really didn't know that they really wasn't able to show that in the movies like that for the simple fact of lawyers and stuff like
'Cause
that.
that was my
So
question. My question was, how could the Black Panther be introduced in the 60s and go 60 years before they can even make a Black Panther movie, which blows my mind. You said there was no interest. I'm like, that's crazy. How many Superman movies have we seen since the 60s? A lot.
I feel to say, yeah, at least 10, at least 10.
And then I had mentioned to you that the only Superman I acknowledge is Christopher Reeves. So,
And respectfully, Christopher Reeves is what I'm saying, is the iconic idea of what you would want to see a Superman on a television show.
yeah.
And Black Panther, Wakanda, even though I'm pronouncing his name a little wrong, I'm sorry.
T'Challa.
Um,
T'Challa.
was actually was actually represented very well on screen, and by that, You know what I'm saying? It raises the eyebrow to a lot of people. Where did he come from? What took him so long?
Yeah.
Um,
Some people didn't even
we
know
need
that was Black Panther. They thought that was the first time they just created him out of nowhere. They didn't know because I sure didn't know. I knew Black Panther was a character, but I didn't know like the history of it, and that even it went back to the '60s. That blew me away.
So I decided today that will deep dive deep into the Black history genre, where he came from, how did he come, um, just a little bit of all what we can find on the Black Panther, because there is so much
That's a
on the
good
history.
title. Black History of the Black Panther.
I appreciate it.
I know.
Uh,
Black History of the Black.
Also, hold on, let me give this shout out before I keep going. Thank you, thank you. Oh my God, is my TV really in the way? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Ah,
yes, you know that is gonna bother the life out of me. Like I got to fix that.
typical Libra behavior. Typical Libra behavior.
You know it, bruh. That's not gonna irritate me for the rest of this show. But what I wanted to say is thank you to everybody subscribing. In the last 28 days, I got 51 subscribers. That's unbelievable record of people subscribing to the channel. I could never imagine us growing so fast, even though I've been out for a long time. Starting, stopping. And you know what I'm saying? People are still sticking with this channel, still subscribing, still new people out there discovering us. I appreciate it. Also, want to appreciate saying thank you to the Vibes community for coming over and giving up your hard time with me. I know time is very cherishable, you know what I'm saying, these days and what's going on and how people feel. I do appreciate it. The Burn Live crew, Doc, um, people that came before that's not here, you know, shout out to all of y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through, doing y'all thug thizzle. Special shout out to April, you know what I'm saying? A person that I never gave up on, still would never give up on. Always welcome to come here to give one of her young lectures. You know, always taking us to church when she talks.
She's very passionate, and I love that about her.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give her a special shout out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. And the sun has passed. Now I look colorful. Ah. So without a further ado, I was wondering who would probably be best for us to go. And I'm gonna go, yeah. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna show everybody who I pick. I'm picking them. They got their own YouTube channel. They do a lot of deep diving stories into it. I love these channels like this, y'all. I'm a comic book nerd, just like anybody else. But who's to say that I know everything? Okay, I don't know everything, but I sure will battle like I know everything because of channels like this on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Go check these channels out if you want to get deep dive into comic books deeper, and then come challenge me to see how much you know.
It's so easy to become a
I
podcaster
knew
with
this going to hit me with
Riverside.
a commercial.
First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're ready to record,
Today's welcome to Variant, where we love comics more than Black Panther and Captain America: Civil War. I'm your host, Aris Quinones. Before we get into today's episode, I just wanted to remind you all about the massive spring sale on our Triune store. If you've never checked out our store before, we have shirts, including our Black Panther was created by two comic book legends, writer-editor Stan Lee and penciler and co-plotter Jack Kirby. He first appeared in Fantastic Four issue 52 in July of 1966.
I just want to pause.
Kirby. He first appeared in Fantastic.
Anybody out there sees this comic book, this is a must-have in a comic books collector. I just want to point that out. I want to stop right here. I want people to screenshot, do whatever you need to do to understand this is a collector's items. I don't care if you don't like Marvel and you're only DC, they know that this is a collector's item. This is worth bucks. This is worth money.
For issue 52 in July of 1966. Black Panther was the first black superhero in mainstream American comic books, debuting several years before other black superheroes such as Falcon, Luke Cage, Black Lightning, and Green Lantern John Stewart. Virtually no black superheroes were created before him, and none with actual superpowers. So needless to say, he helped pave the way for black superheroes in mainstream comic books, which is
numero uno. Okay.
So what was his powers? Because back in 1966, they didn't have any idea about internet and all of that stuff. So what was his power?
That the rock that came from the meteorite space.
Okay, so it gave him super strength.
He gonna break it down.
Okay.
pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. As for the character's name, which of course is Black Panther, co-creator Stan Lee stated that the name was inspired by a pulp adventure hero who had a Black Panther as a helper, which debunks the theory that the name referenced the political Black Panther Party of the 1960s. But because of that theory, the character was briefly renamed the Black Leopard, which Lee said was reverted because neither the readers nor the creators cared for that name. And I have to say I agree, Black Panther sounds so much cooler. Following his debut in Fantastic Four issues 52 and 53 and the subsequent guest appearance in Fantastic Four Annual 5, the Black Panther journeyed from the fictional African nation of Wakanda to New York City. Now, why would Black Panther travel all the way to New York, you ask? Well, to join the Avengers, of course, which happened in issue 52 in May of 1968. He appeared in that comic for the next several years. The Black Panther would finally get his own series in 1977, which was edited, written, and drawn by one of the character's co-creators, Jack the King Kirby. However, Kirby wanted to work on new characters and was unhappy being assigned to a series starring a character that he already worked on extensively, so he left the series after only doing 12 issues. But now let's get into Black Panther's comic book origin. The Black Panther is the ceremonial title given to the chief of the Panther tribe of the advanced nation, Wakanda. In addition to ruling the country, he is also the chief of its various tribes. The Panther is a symbol of office, which is head of the state. It's a hereditary title, but it still must be earned. Long ago, a huge meteorite made of a rare mineral known as vibranium crash-landed in Wakanda. Besides vibranium being part of Black Panther and Wakanda's mythos, it's also popularly known for being what Captain America's shield is made of. Anyway, the first king of Wakanda harnessed the mineral and used it to nurture his nation. Thousands of years later, under the ruling of Black Panther T'Chaka, Wakanda's level of technological and economical achievements continued to excel far beyond those of the normal world. T'Chaka concealed Wakanda from the rest of the world to prevent it from being manipulated by outsiders. His first wife died while in labor with Prince T'Challa. Years later, a Dutch scientist named Ulysses Claw found his way into Wakanda. He created a vibranium sound-based weapon and used it to kill King T'Chaka. Prince T'Challa, only a child at the time, managed to turn the sound weapon on Claw, destroying his right hand. Claw then fled the country, but exposed Wakanda to the outside world and vowed revenge. Prince T'Challa was next in line to become the king of Wakanda and Black Panther. But until he was ready to become leader of the nation, his uncle Saiyan, T'Chaka's younger brother, successfully passed the trial to become the new Black Panther. After years of training and studying at the best schools in Europe and the US, T'Challa returned home and earned the title and attributes of the Black Panther by defeating the champions of the Wakandan tribes, which made him king. Now, I couldn't talk about the Black Panther and not at least mention how T'Challa would eventually marry Storm from the X-Men. That's right, Storm would become his queen.
I learned that while watching videos yesterday that when she was 55 years old, she married T'Challa and she became the queen of Wakanda. I didn't know that. I saw that on YouTube yesterday and I was like, what in the hell? Storm was the queen of Wakanda? Also, just now when he mentioned that T'Challa was too young to lead, that his father's younger brother, his uncle, ruled in his stead. Now, with going to the movie version of Black Panther, would that be the uncle that was in the hood that the father came and killed? So after he ruled the nation, and then T'Challa, see, that's a little off because he was alive at the time when he went to see his brother in the hood. But that story, he just told us that the brother took over as king after T'Chaka passed away because T'Challa was too young. So that's a little different, right? That story's a little different. Or did they change the story for the movie? I can't hear you.
You are correct. My bad.
Okay.
You're correct, but I want you to look at the movie as a universe that's not the complete, actual, truly universe. Okay.
Yeah, because I was like, that's wrong. I was raising my hand. Like, oh, no, that's not how the movie was. It was different.
The movie has to present close to the what to call it, but stick to a story that this world has built. Because okay, Kevin Feige built this universe with not with all the characters in mind.
Because then Chikala's father died in the Winter Soldier movie. Didn't they kill him with that explosion?
Yes.
Okay.
And notice in a movie he died on at an international meeting instead of dying on his own land like they just showed you in that.
Yes.
So, and the reason why is because yet again, Kevin Feige didn't have the rights to all characters, so therefore he had to tell their stories differently.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why you coming up with I told you. I'm gonna get into that part later. That's why I told you what I told you later. That's why they're gonna do a reboot.
Okay.
After teaming up with the X-Men a few times, T'Challa and Storm began dating. After T'Challa helped her reunite with her surviving family members, he proposed to her. She agreed, and the two were married in a grand Wakandan ceremony. For their honeymoon, the two embarked on a diplomatic
Streamers, imagine going live once and hitting every platform your audience uses. Restream lets you go live on a
world tour. Now, that's not my idea of a good honeymoon because I'm not sure how much a diplomatic tour would put you in the mood, but you know, whatever works. They soon found that the US was in the midst of a civil war. While visiting the White House, the authorities attempted to force Storm to sign the Superhuman Registration Act. This resulted in the royal couple choosing to side with Captain America and the Secret Avengers in the Civil War storyline. Which is kind of funny because in Captain America Civil War, Black Panther is Team Iron Man. Well, kinda. You have to watch the movie to see what I mean. But now let's talk about Black Panther's powers and abilities. Upon becoming chief of the Panther clan and king of Wakanda, T'Challa was entitled to eat the ceremonial Wakandan heart-shaped herb, which provides T'Challa with enhanced strength, endurance, and reflexes. The herb can only be digested by Wakandan royalty and acts as a poison to those not of the royal bloodline. The heart-shaped herb also heightened T'Challa's senses to superhuman levels. Later blessings from the Panther goddess elevated his enhanced abilities. He also has Black Panther knowledge. What this means is he now has the power to draw all the knowledge, strength, and every experience from every previous Black Panther. His superhuman senses enables him to see within complete darkness and hear sounds that ordinary humans cannot. T'Challa has memorized thousands of scents and is proficient in tracking them. His sense of smell is powerful enough to allow him to smell fear and detect if someone is lying by sensing a change in their body odor, which is cool but incredibly disgusting. He has amazing agility and his strength allows him to lift upwards of 800 pounds. He's also strong enough to wrestle down a rhino and can stop an elephant in full charge. T'Challa also has superhuman stamina, durability, speed, and a healing factor. It's not on par with that of Wolverine or Deadpool's healing factor, but it's a healing factor nonetheless. And going through some of his abilities a little bit quicker because he has a crap ton of them, He has a genius level intellect. He's a master combatant, a weapons master, master acrobat, expert marksman, master tactician, and an expert tracker and hunter. But I'm not done, guys. He's got more. He's all multilingual.
He has more. I just wanted to say that because he has more.
A master inventor, and he has diplomatic immunity on top of having highly influential connections. And last, but certainly not least, he's rich. Like extremely rich. As for weapons and equipment, he has vibranium mesh. The microweave robs incoming objects of their momentum. Bullets do not ricochet off, but simply fall to the ground when they come in contact with the mesh, which is why bullets have no effect on him in the Civil War trailer. He also has vibranium claws, which if you've read his comics or seen Civil War, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But then he also has energy daggers, energy shields, cloaking technology, and a teleporter, which is Wakandan tech seemingly built into T'Challa's gauntlets that allows him to instantly transport small distances. He has way more powers, weapons, and abilities, but you guys get the point. He's freaking awesome. But now it's time for some Black Panther reading recommendations.
He's the shit.
If that boy ain't compact, gripped it, Bruce Wayne lifted, country sealed, world build. But no, yeah, Black Panther with all those powers, all those abilities, and everything like that going on with Black Panther, the big question is still is why wasn't he able to be used in modern day movies or anything before Marvel? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Let me throw him up in here. You know what I'm saying? For the same reasons of why they created Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? Because there was noise building in the communities of all these comic book heroes, but yet again, there was no black one because Wesley Snipes movie was such a very long time ago. And like old boy said when he argued on TikTok about um, CW, and he's like, "Who watches CW?" Those were actually true. You know what I'm saying? True statements when you come to like ratings of why people don't know nothing about certain things. Because even though uh, CW was popular, yeah, but it didn't hit everybody like, oh my God, there's comic book people, and every day there's a different comic book person. I must tune in. Nah, it didn't hit everybody like that. Everybody in those times was outside chilling, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff. Us comic book nerds, you know what I'm saying, most of us was beginning job because I remember when I did get introduced to it, I used to have to take my break right when the show came on just to watch the show when Smallville first started. Yeah, I used to. It came
And
on as
the Black Panther made any features in any of the television, like like you said, the Lois and Clark, the the Smallville. It
but
did that.
see, no, because those are different. Those are DC.
Okay.
Um, Marvel didn't have nothing popping like that. Fantastic Four had TV shows and stuff like that, but they wasn't that good at all. Now did he showed up in like Spider-Man cartoons because you know Spider-Man was popping. So yes, he did show up over there.
Hold on.
He did show up in a couple of X-Men cartoons episodes.
As a cartoon.
Yeah, as a cartoon, but live action, no.
So the movie in 2018 was the first time we said, "Oh shit, Black Panther."
First time that yeah, live action, ever seen him on the big screen, you know what I'm saying? And was done to a degree that everybody appreciated. Now, did comic book nerds appreciate it? That's a different story because you know comic book nerds look at stuff and they want it down to the T. You know, they know about this, they know the legendary, they you know, the internet is crazy when it comes to nerds and what they want to believe in when it
Mhm.
comes to what must must be on television. Um, just like me, when I argue about DC, I can sit up there and honestly say, like, yeah, I would say right now, and like I said then, when it comes to DC and movies, our movies suck the worst. We don't have a few good Batman movies. Yeah, that is true. We had a few good Batman movies and maybe one, two, three good Batman movies. But other than
That
that,
took out that background noise.
no.
Okay. So, but we have had wonderful Batman movies. Everything with Michael Keaton was amazing. And then Batman
Everything was
movies started to get really sucky with George Clooney and Val Kilmer, and it's just like God, it's like they stopped caring. I'm sorry.
no. You. It's hard to tell a Batman story when everybody that want to tell the Batman story want to tell the most famous stories, not deep diving into his lifestyles and stuff like that. And in a comic book, like things happen a little bit faster than what the norm procedures. Um, Batman came back. Batman came back to Gotham and became Batman like 2 years, and then in the next in like 3 years he had a Robin.
Yeah, the what?
He had a Robin. He had a sidekick,
Okay.
and you know what I'm saying. And
Well,
in the
in the comics books was Robin, his what was Robin supposed to be? His not nephew.
adopted kid that Batman
Just
get
found
because he was there when his kids was when his parents was murdered when Robin's parents was murdered at the circus. Um, Bruce Wayne was
he
there and
felt away. His parents were murdered, so he
huh?
felt away he felt away for Robin because
Right.
Batman's parents were murdered by the Joker.
But see, yeah, just like Black Panther back here. Oh, did I go right to it? Yeah, bam. Just like Black Panther back here, when his daddy was there and T'Challa was there. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, it was that push that made him want to go further and do bigger. But yet again, one thing that makes T'Challa different than Batman is T'Challa, the Black Panther saw their problem. Like, look, fuck all of y'all, we chilling, we over here,
If you think
that I
about
take.
it, they are similar because really Bruce Wayne has no problem, no powers. He just has a lot of good stuff, and his outfit is pretty awesome.
I, 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 I,
Huh?
I.
He
Batman,
has powers.
Batman don't have powers, but Batman has problems.
Problems. Okay.
Batman has a bunch of problems. Black Panther has problems outside of his nation,
Yeah.
basically dealing with other people's problems.
Yeah. But you said Batman has problems, meaning the Joker.
Batman has problems. He has the Joker, he has Scarecrow, he has Penguin, he has the Night Owl, he has
The
Bane.
Riddler.
Yeah, he has Ra's al Ghul. He has Mr. Freeze. He has Catwoman.
I mean, there's him and Catwoman. They really don't have an issue. They just.
Huh?
I mean, I'm going by the movies. Didn't they have a little flirtation kind of thing?
Yeah, but yeah, they had a little flirtation, but
She tried to kill him, so it's like okay.
yeah, she tried to kill him plenty of times. And especially when he found out that he had a child by some other woman, not her. It was on and popping.
Oh, she was jealous, even though they really weren't together.
I mean, she was an anti-hero. She's a thief, technically.
So I mean, okay, so let's now. I know we're talking about Black Panther, but so the whole Vicky Vale was that even a person? For real, in the comic books,
Yeah.
did Batman have somebody he was with until that he really cared for,
Um,
and all these other people came into play?
what they didn't talk about in the movies, and they touched light on it only on one movie, is even though him and Catwoman had a flame, Ra's al Ghul always wanted Batman to be the heir thrones of his heir. So his daughters, he sicked his daughters on him to like him, and one of his daughters actually really liked him. And so
Like her.
one day, you know what I'm saying, they subdued each other and he had a child.
Oh, did he? He made a baby out of wedlock?
Yeah.
Oh, Batman.
And he was raised under Ra's al Ghul and then sent to Batman.
So did Batman know he had a child, or he found out after the fact?
He found out after the fact.
Okay, so the daughter made a baby with Batman and didn't say nothing.
Raised him to like he was 9 or 10.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Raised him under, like I said, Ra's al Ghul. Taught him the well, I can't think of their way because they're a ninja clan. They really, you know what I'm saying? Basically taught his son how to be a straight assassin, and then sent his son, "Hey, go see your daddy. Who
So
my
how
daddy?
who did the son eventually become?
The fourth Robin."
Wow. So he actually
Boy, you
fought
got
out his son.
boy. That's the basic thing about comic books, and you know what I'm saying. Raj Al Ghul and his daughter had this kid, taught this kid how to be the best assassin. You know what I'm saying? Thought that okay, yeah, we got you under Batman semen. You know what I'm saying? You really finna be one of those ones. Sent them to Batman. Batman's like, boy,
He was only
act that shit.
9. You say he was 9 when he sent him to Batman?
In between like 9 or 10, something like that.
What the hell
Yeah.
do you do with a child? Nothing.
Huh?
What can he possibly do with a child?
What do you think an assassin trained kid gonna do to an adult?
Possibly whoop their butt, depending on the adult.
Possibly. And they thought possibly that was gonna happen because yet again, we trained this kid how to be one of those was.
Oh, until he wasn't.
Like he was really about that life. Like
He was
until he
not.
met Batman. Batman said, boy, sit your ass down. Well, we don't kill over here.
Mm-mm.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Okay. But back to T'Challa.
But yet again, this guy right here, this thing, the thing about Black Panther is Black Panther was built up under, well, in the shadows of Fantastic Four. He wasn't built like to really stand out amongst himself. Once they seen that he was a profitable character, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can tell the story how they want to tell the story, but once you see a person is profitable, you know what I'm saying? Come on, dog. He didn't get his issue into what, and then the person like, I don't even want to write stories on it. I sent you to somebody else. Yet again, not saying that he was profitable and stuff like that. Once they made him profitable, extending his stories, giving him a legend, you know what I'm saying, giving him a background. And then gotta think about it, not even giving up on him. You know what I'm saying? There's too many. He was the first of the first, and they still kept him. When he touched that big screen, he made a good debut. It wasn't bad. 2 movies out the deal. Working on a third one with Denzel Washington in it.
Really?
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Playing what?
We don't know. That's the cool part. Keep his.
Oh,
Yeah, he already leaked out that he gonna be on there. So whatever he doing, let's keep it a secret. Because it's people like us. Well, even though I don't know everything about Black Panther, I don't. You know, but once I find out who you are, it's not easy that they gonna deep dive in it. And I'm gonna know tomorrow who you are and who you finna be, and be sitting up here talking like I've been knew this character all my life. Like, yeah, man, you finna be woo, woo, woo. And I just learned yesterday. Because for real, right before we came on, you best believe what I was sitting here doing. Relaxing, because I was just too cluttered with everything. So I was watching the comic book because a new one just dropped. Especially a DC new one just dropped, KO. Oh my God. Um, remember I was telling you that the bad guy has created this world in his own. And so now it's called what is it? Ultimate Batman, Ultimate Superman, Ultimate Wonder Woman, and Ultimate Flash. So they're living in this world and they got their issue. But the main Justice League is fighting the bigger bad, trying to either get rid of this world or whatever they got to do, whatever's going to happen, because this world is affecting their world. Because the universes and stuff.
oh yeah.
So that's what's happening. But not only is the good guys fighting for the freedom, you also got bad guys, because you got Lex, you got the Joker, you got these guys up in here, you know what I'm saying, battling, like keeping it thugging.
Yeah, thug life and
Man. But okay, so Marvel does it. But Marvel lives in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Marvel does have make believe worlds, you know what I'm saying, due to the X-Men, but Marvel really lives in New York or Chicago or California, San Diego. They really got these spots, you know what I'm saying? So they real life live it. So some of their stories, you know what I'm saying, they be touchy, but they have to be somewhat careful how far they go. And they do got crazy stories. She-Hulk, they deal with alcohol, they done deal with abuse, they done deal with all of that. But DC, DC goes deeper. Like, for instance, Batman, all the Robins hate Batman.
really.
Yeah. And you will sit there and we'll all argue like all these motherfuckers worked for him, hung out with him, helped do crime, but yet again, hate him, except for Tim Drake. Okay, let me take that back. Tim Drake. Tim Drake is probably the only person that don't hate Batman. But yet again, how did you meet Tim Drake? You met Tim Drake stealing your tire. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the Robins, he's the only person that was like really stealing from you. Like, and Batman considers Tim Drake as one of the best detectives out there. Each Robin has their own.
Batman have a Robin? I don't think he did. Right? No.
Huh?
No, he didn't. I was thinking, did Michael Keaton's Batman have a Robin? He didn't. The 1st one he went against the Joker. Then he went against Danny DeVito, which was, I'm sorry, his penguin was the penguin of all penguins. And then the last one he had was against, who was it? Michael Keaton did 3 Batmans, or did he did 2? I think he did. I thought he did three. Maybe he just did two. Yeah, maybe he did two. I can't remember any other villains he went against.
Michael Keaton had how many Batman movies? Two. And then he's in a recent Flash Batman movie, 2003. Yeah, two. But yeah, when you get into stories like that and deep dive into these characters, I think the most problematic problem characters in Marvel in the mainstream was like Ant-Man. Ant-Man, Ant-Man's storyline is used more in Marvel than any other character that's used in Marvel. Ant-Man, I know you Ant-Man the movie, but
Mhm.
yet again, Ant-Man is the real character that made Ultron. In the comic books, Ant-Man made Ultron because Ant-Man is really that smart. You know what I'm saying? But yet again, in the movies, who made Ultron? Iron Man.
Okay.
So it's like
So that was driving the comic book people like, no, that's wrong.
yeah, comic book was like, oh my god. And me learning that and I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? But yet again, here I am watching the movies right along with them, like, hey, this is this is. But I gotta give them to him. Loki, the TV show, is awesome. Well put together, well crafted. Um, it's very, 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 very important to watch if you're gonna watch Avengers Doomsday too. Black Panther is gonna be in Doomsday too.
The new Black Panther. Because remember, they
Uh,
said that he's going to be recast to. I don't know
right
how they're going
now,
to come back to life, but T'Challa's going to be recasted.
I think the new Black Panther is gonna be in because okay, what I wish we would have did on the TikTok when we was getting into it is the fact that Fantastic Four movie takes place on a whole different universe. That's not in the same Marvel universe as Iron Man and Captain America and the Hulk and stuff. Everything in that movie take place on a different universe, but they discover how to transport to different universes. So by the end of that movie, they wind up in the same universe as the main characters,
Mm.
and that's why you're going to see them in Doomsday. I think it's going to be like 26. It's going to be it's like 20 something characters, 33 characters that all these movies done took place that you done seen finna be in this one movie, and they're gonna play different roles. You might see like, hey, I thought he was a good guy. He might be a bad guy in this movie. He might be, Doctor Doom might take over, like, hey man, come with me, come walk with me, whatever. We don't know, and that's the awesome part about it is that you don't know, but you know that you finna have 26 characters. All of them ain't finna be good characters.
Yeah, because Arnold Schwarzenegger, that was horrible. That was horrible. It was like he just wanted somewhere to be to you know that was him as Mr. Freezer. That was just horrible. Really horrible.
That's when they changed it to
But Val
whatever.
Kilmer and George Clooney.
Yeah, so that you got to blame on the director or the writer. Either or, you can choose either one of those guys. Because yet again, that's taking a character, that's taking a star, and knowing that you can sell a movie because you got stars, and then give him a shitty script.
Mm.
And that happens a lot in movies where you get these stars, know you can sell a movie, but your script really ain't a part of what you're trying to sell.
Mm.
Thinking that comic book people like me, like what was his name? Quick
Yeah.
ain't yeah, Quick will go to a Marvel movie, sit there and probably be like, cuz that didn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? It didn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause he
Most
knows.
comic most comic book fans would. They'd be like, no, 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 no.
Sitting there, man. Ah! And the biggest movie so far that I have been to that was an upset, and there's one on both sides. There's one on Marvel and there's one on DC. But I'm gonna stay on Marvel since we're on Marvel and Black Panther. The biggest upsetting movie was the one like what Darnell was talking about, Thunder of Love.
Mm.
Because when you have a villain called God Butcher, and then I took a deep dive into, okay, who's the God? Never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like, oh, the God Butcher come. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, me. I'm saying, I don't want to be behind if I get up in a comic book discussion with somebody. I'm not gonna. So I'm all like this, Brooklyn. I'm all okay.
Mm.
So this dude, God Butcher, took out gods over 40 years. And Thor fought him over 140 years in the comic books. Okay. Lost an eye or arm, like really had to go through some stuff to defeat this person, and had to go get the future, past, and present him just to defeat this one person in the comic book. When you know the dude that I showed, you that when you if you ever come across it, God Butcher, awesome story. And then when you go watch the movie Thunder of Love, you're gonna be like, what the hell? What the hell, y'all? You gonna pull a David?
Mm.
I was disappointed. I was. I was like, never again. Mm-mm. Marvel, what's this? What's going on? Who feelings we hurt today? Huh? We hurt some feelings. Somebody sad.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit. And so like like Black Panther. Let's get into back into Black Panther. Is Black Panther good first movie? Everybody applauded. Everybody applauded him in Civil War when they first met him. You know what I'm saying? He came in there, did his thing, fought Captain America, stood on all 10 toes, being the badass character that our guy just described him. And then the unfortunate happened, and now you got this girl playing Black Panther, and people don't even know that that even happened in the comic book. They're like, oh, we
So
thought it
in the
was a
comic
giant.
book, T'Challa dies.
Yeah.
Well, see, it's funny because Civil War, is it Civil
Uh
War?
huh.
I think that's the movie that I took my son to. He really wanted to go. I didn't know nothing about it, so I took him, and we were sitting in the movie there watching it, and I see something going on, and they show T'Challa, and after they killed his father, you see him make a face, and I said to my son, who was a teenager at the time, I said, "He's somebody," and my son wouldn't tell me. I said, "He's somebody. Who is he? What? You know what?" Comic book character is he? And my son just smiled. He didn't say nothing. I was like, he's somebody. He's somebody. he's somebody. Because just by his face, like, I'm gonna get you. Like, I'm about to like put on a Superman suit or something. I kept saying to him, he's somebody. He's like, Mom, I'm like, he's somebody. He's somebody. He's somebody. So as the movie went on, and then we see him turn into, I said, Black Panther. I was like, that's a guy? And he was like, yes, Mom. By the middle of the movie, he's like, could you just like not talk? I was excited.
So let's get into some comic book reads of Black Panther. I think that's right around here.
Powerful enough to allow him to smell fear and detect if someone is lying by sensing a change in their body odor, which is cool but incredibly disgusting. He has amazing agility, and his strength allows him to lift upwards of 800 pounds. He's also strong enough to wrestle down a rhino and can stop an elephant in full charge. T'Challa also has superhuman stamina, durability, speed, and a healing factor. It's not on par with that of Wolverine or Deadpool's healing factor, but it's a healing factor nonetheless. And going through some of his abilities a little bit quicker because he has a crap ton of them. He has a genius level intellect. He's a master combatant, a weapons master, master acrobat, expert marksman, master tactician, and an expert tracker and hunter. But I'm not done, guys. He's got more. He's also multilingual, a master inventor, and he has diplomatic immunity on top of having highly influential connections. And last, but certainly not least, he's rich. Like extremely rich. As for weapons and equipment, he has vibranium mesh. The microwave robs incoming objects of their momentum. Bullets do not ricochet off, but simply fall to the ground when they come in contact with the mesh, which is why bullets have no effect on him in the Civil War trailer. He also has vibranium claws, which if you've read his comics or seen Civil War, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But then he also has energy daggers, energy shields, cloaking technology, and a teleporter, which is Wakandan tech seemingly built into T'Challa's gauntlets that allows him to instantly transport small distances. He has way more powers, weapons, and abilities, but you guys get the point. He's freaking awesome. But now it's time for some Black Panther reading recommendations. You have Fantastic Four issues 52 and 53, Death Calls for the Arch of Heroes, and Avengers 52, Who is Black Panther, and Black Panther Volume 1, The Client. When you buy a domain name from domain.com, you get the story like a dose. The guys at domain.com gave Variants an awesome coupon code Variant. First up for Wednesday, May 4th, we have The Punisher issue 1. A by-the-numbers drug bust is about to take Frank Castle.
Okay. That was 3 years ago when they were first discovering what's called it. And this is the thing, I guess, with me too, with this comic book issue part of everything, is they don't like my peoples who I watch. Soon as they, if I can just find them real quick, as you see, like they talk about a bunch of Marvel characters, their stories, as far as their movies and stuff like that. You see it all. These are this title over here is the three big movies that's coming out this year, which is Supergirl, Avengers, Doomsday, and the Spider-Man. That's gonna be awesome. And you see how I'm excited for it. Like, stop playing. But when it comes to these stories, these comic book stories, like, nah, it's just DC all the way, baby. And see, oh, okay, Absolute. That's the new universe. Oh my God. That universe is awesome.
What if you posted once and your
I would love to get into that and talk about that, because that's new. That's new. That's up and coming. Here we go.
He said As Martha, we both know such a thing.
Nope. What am I looking for? It was just a story put out. Yeah, it was just a story put out.
The absolute Joker's origin is one.
Remember you remember you asked that question about the most strangest monster and the comic book cover? This is a description of the new Joker and what he looked like.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he looked like. But I hope they got the other form. Well, hold on. Come on. Where is it at? Okay, look. Yeah, they go on this little history thing about this dude. This is amazing.
Ask you for the story, Pennyworth. I asked you what you believe. Pennyworth tells him, okay, kid, but for that, we need to go back to the start, to that boy in the alley, back to the clown. And as you can see on this page, things are getting a whole lot scarier. And Pennyworth tells Bruce, see, young Jack Grimm often performed outside a dentist office. In the 1880s, they only just introduced nitrous oxide to dentistry, and Jack would sneak in, leak the gas into the alley, make them laugh, sure, but also make them suggestible, as nitrous does, so they'd give him all their money. The act was a trick, a sleight of hand, as we see this kid continuing to juggle what we could only assume are human skulls, maybe monkey skulls, I don't know. Anyway, Pennyworth goes on to say this sleight of hand was no different from when Jack Sr. funded his own rivals in vaudeville and in film, playing one side against the other. And that's what my research has found out about the Grimm family. They've always played both sides. For a century and a half, these men have invested in one endeavor and its counter. It extends beyond entertainment to all aspects of life. They even funded our war effort and theirs, as we learned that the Joker funded the damn Nazis in the absolute universe. This doesn't get any more evil, friends. Anyway, as we continue, Pennyworth says through subsidiaries, all their clown-named companies, the Grimms funded right-leaning news networks and left-leaning ones. They fund aid and the warlords who steal it. Peace and war. The crimes and the prison. Arc M. They might be the most powerful crime family in history, playing everyone against each other, profiting off the chaos they sow. Loyal to no country, no principle, nothing but power. Yeah, this is crazy. It is such a genius move to have.
This Joker is not like no other Joker we have ever seen before. Jokers we used to just laugh and be funny and be corruptive and just want to get at Batman. This one is methodical, smart, like really, like too damn smart. This Joker's going down in history, homie. They were definitely gonna make a movie adapting this mindset of a Joker, because it's just this Joker should be in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Where is it at? Okay, he's gonna tell it.
Have this version of the Joker be so corrupted and evil that he sides with everyone to simultaneously manipulate everyone because he doesn't care about any cause but his own. At this point, Bruce asks, but why? How much is enough? Pennyworth tells him, I have always come back to that motto. Live like a clown. A clown plays the fool while making a fool of everyone else. He's a mastermind. The schemer. All the gold in the world isn't enough. Nothing is enough. I love that line so much. A clown plays the fool while making a fool of everyone else. Just so great and says so much with saying so little. We then get a scene of the Joker in present day on one of his remote islands as he has stumbled upon a makeshift hut. He then says, "Hello, is anyone home?" At which point we get more narration from Pennyworth that says, "Now you know. That's the report I sent to my superiors at MI6." And then on the next page, we see the Joker has found a man on this remote island, a man who looks like freaking Tom Hanks in Castaway, as he tells the Joker, "Hello? Is someone? Oh, thank God, mister, I've been trapped on this island alone for nearly 30 years. I don't know how I got here. My name is," but as the Joker walks forward, the man recognizes him saying, "You? But how?" As we get a close-up of the Joker's face with an evil snarl telling the stranded man to run. The man starts running, saying, "No, it can't be you." Bruce then tells Pennyworth, "I don't care what you reported, Pennyworth. What do you believe? Tell me." Pennyworth finally says, "All right, Bruce, but it might sound a little crazy." We go back to that alley one more time to the clown as we see this evil Pennywise-looking kid with dead bodies behind him. Pennyworth then goes on to say, "What I found when I dug deeper was that many of the people laughing in that film died soon after it was shot, twisted in pain, grinning, a kind of strychnine poisoning, one of the few toxins that could be absorbed through the skin, like maybe upon shaking the gloved hand of a small boy." As we get panels of the Joker in present day taking his shirt off, getting ready to chase the stranded man while saying, "Ready or not, here I come," while we also see his face start to transform. Pennyworth continues to tell Bruce, but lots of people who encountered the Grims over the years came to mysterious bad ends, jumping off bridges, vanishing. Business rivals, politicians, reporters. In the 90s, an associate of mine at the FBI, Harvey Harris, began an investigation, died in a boat accident. Bruce asks again, "What are you saying, Pennyworth?" He replies, "I'm saying there's a darker project, Bruce. I have records of grim investments in some of the deadliest inventions of the last 100 years. From the bomb to bioweapons, viruses. There are records of them laughing, Bruce, the grim men, at the tests." Bruce asks yet again, "What are you getting at? Say it," as we see the Joker use a crossbow to shoot the man he's chasing in the Achilles tendon, going right through his leg. Pennyworth then answers Bruce saying, "What if those islands are where he puts them? His enemies. What if he just leaves them there for years until he feels like, God, I sound mad?" Bruce says, "Keep going. What do you believe?" As we see the Joker walk up to the now wounded castaway he's chasing with his face transforming more and more. Pennyworth continues to answer Bruce saying, "I believe he uses the children, Bruce. At first he used the ones in the orphanages and now he's using something else. He's found some way, I don't know, using their cells, using the research done at the Arcs, some terrible elixir." Bruce says, "Go on, Pennyworth. Who is he?" Pennyworth says, "The clown, Bruce. What is a clown? Its whole act is a cruel mockery of us, of humanity, as bumbling, stupid. The clown hates us. You find stories in myth, legends from ancient times to now. The jester who burns the kingdom in Baldi Savage. The one who convinces us to kill each other, even as he himself preys on us. The clown is death." Also, if you remember in the epilogue of Absolute Batman issue 6, we saw the Absolute Joker with baby fetuses all around his body healing him, making him look more human, and we're getting more imagery of that here. But this time with explanation of what's going on with those babies wrapped and hooked up to his body with what looks like artificial umbilical cords. So apparently the reason why he's been donating to kids and orphanages all these years is because he's developed some sort of elixir from these children that gives them these insane powers, which is causing him to be able to mutate into this Joker monster demon thing. But wait, there's more. We currently see the Joker turning into this monstrosity, telling the castaway, "Coming for you," as the castaway says, "My God." But Bruce tells Pennyworth for like the 7th time, "Stop dancing around it. Say it, damn it. What do you believe?" As Pennyworth finally spits it out and we learn what the Joker really is. Not what he put in his report, what the truth is, or at least what he truly believes. Pennyworth then says, "I believe that there is no Grimm family, all right? I believe there is no Jack the First, the Second, the Third, the Fourth, the Fifth. There has ever only been one Jack Grimm. Maybe it's just his infernal science. Maybe it's some dark pact. I don't know. Maybe it's both. And I know how it sounds, kid, I know. But I look at him and he's something terrible, Bruce. A nightmare thing that stalks the earth. Not a man who never laughs at anything, but the beast that's always laughing at us. The one whose laughter we only hear when it's too late. So who is he? He's the Joker." As we see the Joker fully transform into this monster violator.
That's a nightmare about nightmares about nightmare. That's a nightmare of all nightmares of all nightmares. Only DC tells stories like this that just capture your creativity mind. Like, okay, like, why in the heck is he doing all of that and going through all of that? Ah, it is going down in the DM. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my first day of the episode. We're gonna get deeper into the next time. I appreciate it. It's the Burn Live and the Vibe community. We are out. Have a good day. Peace.